Is Thursday, January 14th, and the title of this rant will be "The Nation Endorses Bernie Sanders." The Nation being thenation.com. Very, very progressive publication run by Katrina vanden Heuvel. She was on Morning Mika this morning. I'm never going to call it Morning Jay again because that guy is such a dickwad. But she was on. She spoke very eloquently about Bernie. I read the editorial, the editors endorsing Bernie. The biggest thing I'd like to say about all of that is they just really get down to the critical issue is that Bernie is the one that is addressing inequality like no one has addressed inequality before. And the things that he has come up with, that he knows that are doable, that the Nation magazine knows that are doable, and the fervent following that he has that are doable, relate to social justice, relate to single-payer health care, relate to college tuition for the first 2 years of college at a community college, $15 an hour minimum wage, breaking up of the big banks, taxing of the big rich. A wonderful article. I wish everyone could read it at thenation.com. The big thing about it, again, is he's addressing inequality, and it is just appalling the way the inequality has gone in the United States in the last 30, 35 years. And Bernie has done this in a number of ways that he is speaking out. He also has a mass following where he has over 1 million small donors have donated to his campaign. The average donation is $27. He refuses to be bankrolled by political action committees, the big super PACs, etc., because he wants to be by the people, of the people, for the people, etc. And all of these things are coming to jail right now, as it is shown that for the Iowa caucuses and the New Hampshire primary, Bernie is either closing the gap very, very tightly with Hillary, or that he is actually gaining some space from her in it. I can't remember. I think he's closing it in Iowa, and I think he's gaining a little bit in New Hampshire. But be that as it may, it will be a very, very long, difficult election process. The Nation pointed out right from the beginning that before Bernie entered the race, that they had endorsed the concept that there needed to be vigorous debate on both the Democratic, well, they could care less about the Republican, but on the Democratic side for the presidency, that whoever it was, and of course the coronation of Hillary is what people talk about all the time, that you needed to be battle tested, you needed to be warned, you needed to think quickly on your feet under pressure, you needed to use all of the advantages that you had and all of the experience that you had to show that you are worthy of being president of the United States. Now, they did mention Bernie does have some things that he needs to work on. Number one, right now, if he does win Iowa and New Hampshire, he could be very, very close to taking it all away from there, because if the groundswell goes to him, it's going to go to him. I saw the recent polling that indicated that young people are very much in favor of Bernie. They are going right after him now. I think Chris Matthews said that his kids in college are saying, yeah, they're all after Bernie. But right now, he doesn't have the black vote. He does not have the Hispanic vote, and he does not have the Asian American vote. If he gets the groundswell from both Iowa and New Hampshire, could be, or, what was Bill was the comeback hit in New Hampshire. And it's not unprecedented that someone could lose those two and still win the nomination, because if the black vote does not go strikingly over to Bernie, Hillary still has a much stronger chance for the nomination, the nomination, so to speak. Now, like I said, he's a progressive. He's been a progressive for a long time. He has started a progressive movement that even if he does not become the president, that movement cannot be satisfied even if Hillary becomes the nominee. The Nation also spoke very eloquently of Hillary and the things that she has done and the things that she has done well. But in reference to some of the things I mentioned just a little bit earlier, he's for single payer, she's not. He's for $15 an hour, she's not. He's for free college tuition, community college for the 2 years years. I don't believe she's for that. She's not in favor of breaking up the big banks, and he is. I think they're both ready to tax the rich. But let me just bring up a couple things that are striking my attention that I'm concerned about. Number one, if Bernie were to be elected, when he was inaugurated, he would be 75. Trump would be 70. Hillary would be 69. When Reagan was inaugurated in 81, he was 1 month from being 70. He served 2 terms. So by the end of Bernie Sanders' first term, he will be older than Ronald Reagan was after Ronald Reagan had served 2 terms. And of course, we know that everyone says that he might have had Alzheimer's. That's pretty much been disproven, but he might have been a lot more tired as he aged there. That's not to say that that will happen to Bernie, but again, that would be a good reason. He needs a very strong vice president he could turn the reins over to if he became president, and if at age 79 he was not going to run for re-election. And the other thing is, everyone knows who Hillary is. If she's the nominee, hopefully she can get just a few extra votes that she needs to win everything. The Electoral College favors the Democrats right now. That would be the same as true for Bernie. But let's make no mistake about it. This will be regardless of the nominee. Now, if Cruz is the nominee and he were to be elected, he would only be 46. So that would be a very striking contrast, whether it's Hillary or Bernie for the nomination in terms of the age factor. And the last thing that I want to mention is that it's going to be a brutal campaign. It's going to be really, really dirty. And of course, I could see a number of things that people will attack. The Republicans will attack Bernie on, which wouldn't happen to Hillary. There will be an undercurrent of his faith, which is Jewish. There will be a whole heck of a lot of the fact that he's a socialist. There will be a whole heck of a lot of the fact that he's older than Ronald Reagan was when Reagan was elected. Of course, Reagan had dark hair. I wonder if he really had dark hair. But let's get back to the main thing. The nation endorses, that should be the new motto for Bernie. The nation endorses Bernie Sanders. He is far more progressive than Hillary. Even if he doesn't get the nomination, he's pushed Hillary, and all of his followers should push Hillary even further if they get the nomination, if she gets the nomination. If he gets the nomination, that groundswell, especially with young people, must continue to rise up, because it will be a down and dirty election on at least 3 things for Bernie. Number 1 is age. Number 2, there will be an undercurrent because he's Jewish. And number 3, they will attack him for being a socialist. Plan on seeing all the Fox News and all those places be in Britain and France and Italy about how terrible the health system is there, and all of that kind of stuff. How terrible socialism is, etc., etc. But we will probably find out within a month whether or not Bernie is going to stick with it. I mean, not stick with it. If he has enough going for him, if that groundswell has taken him past, that he can run it and make it all the way through to the nomination.